So this is part 2 of the EMP container on the cheap. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually be nesting my electronics into this can. Now you don't have to do this. It really depends on whether or not you have the financial capabilities of buying these bags. These bags are the Faraday brand, mil-spec Faraday bags. These have 40 decibels of attenuation on these bags. They're puncture resistant up to 30 pounds, so they're pretty durable bags. It's not a use once and it's gone. They have the Ziploc enclosure, so you can reuse these bags over and over and over again. So highly recommend these. There's another brand out there called Tech Protect, very similar. I don't know that one is better than the other. I guess the only way to know that is if you're in an EMP situation and it's either going to work or it's not going to work. Same thing goes with this can. To have some protection is better than no protection. And I can't stress that enough. So many times people, they don't do things because they're not sure if it's going to work or not. And I say if there's even just the remote chance that something's going to work and save you money, save you grief, and save you time, then why not do it? I mean, it just makes sense. So this isn't an exercise in just doing something. This has got a real value. And at the end of the day, the ability for you to communicate with your family or your friends or your group or whatever you want to call it is important to you, then this is something you should do. So with that being said, let's get started. So I'm going to use these smaller bags. And these smaller bags are going to go for my smaller radios. So in this case, I have some B-Tech. These radios are capable of doing instant messaging and things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the antenna off. And once you have it in the bag, take your antenna, put it in the bag. You don't want to lose that. You can bend it over a little bit. It's not going to hurt it. Now the important thing is to make sure these bags are sealed. Now the other thing too, a lot of people don't know this, is you don't even need the can. You can just use these bags if that is what you want to do. So if you want to pay for a solution, get the bags. They come with a big bag, and then you take the little bags and put it inside it, and you're done. So that's pretty good stuff. Alright, we got this guy sealed, and there it is. Now you can take a Sharpie and write what radio it is or whatnot, but chances are you probably, if you're doing this yourself, then you know. So in this case, everything in this can is going to need to be used at some point, so I'm not too worried about marking too many items. Alright, so we'll get another one done. In this case, we're going to need a little bit different bag. So we have a small tablet here. Small tablet's loaded with a bunch of important information. So, and this, by the way, is Sonum tablet. So, and it goes into the bag, and it gets sealed up. And there we have it. Now we've got a nice protected tablet. So these bags have different sizes, as you can see, and just to use the appropriate bag. You don't want to use a giant bag for a tiny little radio or a small phone or whatnot. And we're going to do a phone next. Okay, so we've got a phone, and again, take that phone, put it right in there. And again, this phone is kind of like a tablet, so it's loaded with other information as well. And then it goes. All right, now we got a phone. So we did a radio, a tablet, and a phone. So what else do we got here? All right, we're gonna try ham radio. Hopefully this one will fit. Okay, this is a Yaesu 818. I don't like taking these microphones on and off because I think it weakens that plug, so you just gotta be careful. Some people might argue that point with me, and that's fine. You do you, boo. Alright, and it goes. Alright, now I need the antenna for that radio. So we're going to take this antenna and put it in the bag. Now that 818 is an all band, so it's VHF, UHF, and HF. Very important radio this is. This gives you the ability to listen in to just about anything that you want to listen into on the ham frequencies. And yeah, better to have and listen. Information is key, right? I'll make sure this is sealed up real good, and this one is, so we're good to go here. Alright, so there you have it. One little bag. You have VHF, UHF, and HF covered. Obviously your antennas are going to need to be right for the bands and the frequencies, but you should have some basic communications understandings and know how these things work. And you don't have to be some kind of radio nerd to do this. You just have to spend a couple of minutes of your time and read up on it and maybe print some things out for reference if this isn't your gig, and then you know. So, and again too, remember what I said in the very beginning. This stuff may not be just for you. Your family might need to rely on this when you're not around, so they need to know how to use all this stuff, and that way there, if something bad happens to you, and I'm talking mostly to the moms and dads out there that might be leading the prepping efforts at their homestead or their homes, you got to think about what happens after you, and will people be able to know how to use all this equipment that you've carefully squirreled away and stored for a bad day. So very important stuff to know. All right, let's do another one. This is my trusty Wushan radio. I'm not a Baofeng guy, not at the least. It's kind of a Ford versus Chevy type of deal here, but I can tell you right now, this radio has been in use for, I would say since about 2014, and it's programmed with frequencies that I can use. I don't do the whole ham radio gorilla crap at all. I stick to the frequencies that I'm authorized to use. It just saves me a lot of grief down the road. But yeah, I've had these radios here for a long time, and they've never failed. This thing's been attached to construction equipment, all kinds of stuff. So when I need a radio, as far as the Chinese market radios go, this thing's never let me down. And I think they're built a little bit better than the Baofeng. I've looked at Baofengs before. Their fit and finish seems very toy-like. This has been in the rain. It's been in all kinds of conditions. It's got stories to tell. Let's just put it like that. And it's never let me down. So, do I want to trust this wholly? No. These are what we use. These radios are what we use when we're just working about on Ravenshire. This is how we communicate, and these guys get used. So, all right, let's get this in the bag. So you might be asking yourself, okay, Bill, or William, whatever you want to call me. So I got all my radios in the bag, but I need to use them. So what do I do? Well, that's a great question. And unfortunately, there's a costly answer. And so that costly answer is the fact that you're going to have sacrificial radios. No one's going to know when a CME or a EMP type of weapon is going to be released upon us. And now with things the way they are in this world, we're very, very much in a situation where that could be something that happens anytime. I mean, there's two fronts there, right? Got the whole World War III thing going on, and wherever you stand on that spectrum as far as, you know, want to believe whether or not this is a reality that we might have to face in our lifetimes, that's on you. That's not for me to tell you where to be. You need to do your own research and figure it out. And yeah, or we're coming into a lot of solar activity, and we're well overdue for a large CME. That's not me saying it, that's scientists. You know, trust the science, all that crap. Oh, we're having trouble with the microphone and the radio together. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to use the big bag. And by the way, a shoulder mounted mic is a good thing. A lot of people want to use the old Secret Squirrel earpiece and stuff. They have their place, but for everyday use, especially if you're working on a job site, you don't really need that. So we're going to take the Wouxons, and I think we're going to put them both in the same bag. Why would you do that? Well, because like I said, these are our most used radios, so I want to make sure that they're together. And if I need to just grab the bag, then I can just grab the bag. Throw a couple of antennas in here. Alright. I think I owe myself an antenna. Okay, we got both the antennas in there on both Wouxon radios, so let's zip it up. Alright. So the other thing that I want to stress here is that your wall warts, your charging cradles and all that stuff, they're all based off of electronics. So don't think that they're not going to be affected by something like this. So you want them just, you know, put them all in one of these bags and protect them. And then that way there you have the peace of mind. Everything is in one of the bags and it's protected. It's inside your can that you made with your family, and now you've got a very good EMP protection plan. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the rest of this stuff put in the bags, and then we'll come back in and we'll nest them into this can. Okay, so we have all of our radios in their individual Faraday bags. We're ready to pack the can. Now if you get the kit from Faraday Bags, and again, I'm not sponsored by them or sending you, I'm just trying to give you information that works. You know, here's there's the thing. Comes with 40 bags, and you can get it on Amazon. I paid, I think it was like $220 for all these. Yes, that's a lot of money. $220, but on this thing here, there's probably almost $2,000 worth of radios, easily. Radios, phones, tablets. So, you know, I think $220 to protect 2,000 is kind of cheap insurance. And again, you don't have to go this route. But if you want to have some peace of mind that it is going to be okay after some kind of event like that, you probably should invest in the bags. But you do what you're going to do. So one of the things that I like about this is it comes with two big bags. And we're going to line this can with a big bag. And then we're going to put all that other stuff inside it. This is the nesting. So you have the can as the original shield. Then you have the big bag, which is a second layer of shielding. And then you have each individual bag for your equipment, which is a third layer of shielding. It's not gonna, any type of EMP deal is not gonna affect these electronics. These electronics, as far as I'm concerned, are rock solid and safe. You could go and find some other solutions and you could do whatever you're gonna do, but this is what I'm doing. And so we're gonna finish this up, and I'm gonna put the big bag inside, and then we're gonna nest in all the little bags, and pretty much we'll be done. So let's get at it. All right, so this big bag is huge. So it's a good sized bag. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tuck it down inside here. For those of you that pack buckets, again, remember, these are not your food Mylar bags. They're not the same. These are specifically designed for EMP protection. So if you think that you're going to just dump out a bag of wheat and then use that Mylar to protect your electronics, probably not going to work well for you. So one of the things we've got to do is we've got to pack this correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my support bag. All right, and this has got all my cables, chargers, cradles, antennas. It's got all that stuff in it. We're going to go in with this first. And then we're going to start putting in the heavier electronics on the bottom. And the reason for that is you don't want to create a cracked screen or, you know, things like that, knobs getting knocked off. And you just want to layer these all in there. Okay, so now all the electronics are in this bag. So we're gonna come down here and I just start closing this all up. But you want to leave the end part open for this last part, because if you don't, you're going to create a big air pill. So you're going to hold your finger right here, and then you're going to press all the air out of it. Press all the air out, and then you're going to seal it up. Okay? You put your lid on nice and tight, and you, my friend, are done with your EMP protection project. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some value out of this, and if you have any questions or anything, just hit me up in the comment section, or you can reach out to me through email, whatever you want to do, and we'll go from there. But that's it. So good luck. I hope you have something similar, and if something bad like this ever happens, that you're protected. Have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next video.